Parallel indexing is a radar navigation technique used to continuously monitor a vessel's progress along the planned track by observing a line on the radar display drawn parallel to the ship's planned route. It enables the officer of the watch to quickly detect any deviation from the track and take immediate action to maintain a safe distance from dangers or unsafe waters. When creating a passage plan in coastal and congested waters where several fixed reference objects are available, such as a headland, jetty, beacons, or any fixed radar conspicuous objects, parallel indexing should be marked on the chart during the planning stage. Assuming this is our planned track along the One Fathom Bank TSS, this chart shows the approach to and entry into the Malacca Strait for eastbound vessels and the exit for westbound vessels. There are several navigational aids along the One Fathom Bank TSS. Several of these are fixed structures, such as these 3 radar beacons or raycons. Aside from these radar beacons, these 3 navigational aids or beacons are also fixed structures and can be used as reliable reference points for position fixing and parallel indexing. However, this buoy should not be used as a reference point because it is liable to drift. I have already made a video explaining the difference between a buoy and a beacon. If you would like to learn more about it, please check the link in the description below. In this scenario, we can use these 3 radar beacons as our reference points for the parallel index lines, as they provide clear identification through the Morse signal displayed on the radar screen. If we are using electronic charts, there are tools available in the ECDIS for creating PI lines. However, if we are using paper charts, we need to use a plotting instrument. Let us use this section of the planned track to mark the parallel index lines. The true course of this leg is 128 degrees true. If we want to use the One Fathom Bank lighthouse as our reference for the parallel index on this leg, we first create a line parallel to the planned track and extend it toward the position of our reference point, which in this case is the One Fathom Bank lighthouse. Usually, the exact position of the beacon is located at the base, marked by a small circle or a star. Next, measure the parallel distance of the PI line from the planned track using a compass divider if this is done on a paper chart, or by using the measuring tools available on the ECDIS. Draw a perpendicular line between 2 parallels and make a note. In this case, the PI distance is 3.18 nautical miles, as I checked it in the ECDIS. Now, for the PI of this leg, if we are using the same reference point, simply follow the procedure as shown earlier. The PI distance for this leg is 3.90 nautical miles. For this leg, if we use the same reference again, the PI distance is 4.62 nautical miles. We can also use the South Radar Beacon, or Raycon Mike, as a reference point since it is close to the planned track. For this leg, the PI distance is 2.50 nautical miles. For the second leg, the PI distance is 1.60 nautical miles. And for the third leg, it is 1.04 nautical miles. This is how it looks when using the South Raycon. We can also use both radar beacons or a combination of them. Whenever possible, it is recommended to have parallel index lines for every leg that has a suitable reference point, as some port authorities require that each leg should have a PI line if a reference point is available. Now in this scenario, let us assume that our ship is transiting along the One Fathom Bank TSS, and the vessel's position is a beam of this buoy. In our passage plan, we use the South Raycon as the reference point for our parallel index lines as it is close to our planned track. The radar is set to a 12 nautical mile range. On the display, we can identify the North Radar Beacon, or Raycon Tango, the One Fathom Bank Lighthouse with Raycon Oscar, and the South Radar Beacon, or Raycon Mike. To create a parallel index line on the radar, we can use the PI tools if they are available, or we can use the electronic bearing line, or EBL, and variable range marker, or VRM. Since the vessel's position is a beam of the buoy, we will create a PI line parallel to the track with a course of 128 degrees true, and with a PI distance of 2.50 nautical miles. On the radar, set the VRM to 2.50 nautical miles. Then create a floating EBL at 128 degrees true. Adjust the EBL to the set PI distance. This will now serve as our PI line at a distance of 2.50 nautical miles. This setup serves only as a general guide. Kindly check the manufacturer's manual of your radar for the exact procedure on how to set up PI lines. In the case where the PI line appears south of Raycon Mike, it indicates that the vessel is not on the planned track. The vessel is drifted to starboard and is getting closer to the buoy. To bring the vessel back to the planned track, alter course to port. The vessel's present heading is 130 degrees. We can bring the ship's course to 125 degrees or reduce the course further if necessary. The course to steer will depend on your judgment in bringing the vessel back to the planned track. Then monitor the PI line. Once it aligns with our reference point, it indicates that the vessel is already back on the planned track. At this point, steer the vessel back to the planned course of 128 degrees. Now, before the vessel arrives at the wheelover point, which we assume is located here, where we execute the helm to alter course toward the next waypoint, set the PI line of 139 degrees with a PI distance of 1.60 nautical miles on the radar. So, set the VRM to 1.60 nautical miles. Then create a floating EBL at 139 degrees. Position the EBL on the starboard side, aligned with the VRM. This will serve as the PI line to be used once we have altered course toward the next waypoint. Assuming that the vessel has already arrived at the wheelover point, execute the helm and steer toward the next waypoint, maintaining a course of 139 degrees true. Once the turn is completed, omit the previous index line and begin monitoring the new one. If the new index line aligns with our reference point, it indicates that the vessel is within the planned track. However, if the index line does not align with the beacon, as in this case, it indicates that the vessel is off track to port. Immediate action should therefore be taken to bring the vessel back to the planned track. This is the reason why parallel indexing is vital in voyage monitoring, especially when visibility is restricted. We do not have to wait for the next 6 or 10 minutes to plot the vessel's position in order to monitor her progress. By using the parallel indexing technique, we can monitor whether the vessel is on the planned track simply by glancing at the radar screen from time to time. However, remember that using this technique does not relieve us of the duty to fix the vessel's position at regular intervals, as required by the company's SMS. It is also recommended that parallel indexing during voyage monitoring should be done using the radar, not the ECDIS. As we know, the ECDIS is integrated with GPS, which means it receives the ship's position from the GPS receiver, and this may be subject to errors. That is why in coastal and restricted waters, our primary position fixing methods are radar and visual observations, while GPS position fixing is only a secondary means. I will not discuss the not more than and not less than PI, as I have already covered it in a separate video. If you want to see the full details, kindly check the link in the description below. That's all for now. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you for watching. Bye!